All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. Let's go over current positions. But before we do that, really quickly, remember, guys, I'm going to post this almost every day for the next week or so. Join the chat room if you haven't already. We back up the alerts in here and the reports, and you can set notifications on your phone. There's a really good app for the alerts and the reports. And I know some of you are still having issues with getting the emails for the reports and the alerts. They're working on that. But not only in the meantime, but always it'll be backed up in here. So you can see all the recent alerts are here, all of the recent reports are here. And then I'm starting to do intraday reports too. There will either be a video on most days or just some commentary on most days later on in the day, either near the close or somewhere in the middle of the day. If I have some thoughts outside of what I talked about in the report. So these three things, really important here. And then there's a general topics here, and we've talked about a lot of different stuff in here. Strategy in here, a lot of people post questions. I post a strategy tip on most days. It's been really helpful here, helping people with issues in terms of strategy and setups. And then you can post charts in here and people will comment on them. Every once in a while I post a chart in here as well. So make sure you join up for the chat room here. There's a lot of value in here. Okay, current positions here. Lulu, we entered at 184, somewhere in the 184s. We're at 189.60 here. The exact number was 183.90 for the entry. Stop moved up to entry level here. So another stock where we're mitigating risk, which is going to allow me to potentially take another position now. So as I move my stops up, I can add positions here. We've got a lot of positions right now. So Lulu Brazil is at 37.91. Entry was at 36.23, and that's where the stop is. It's like we're bouncing a little this morning after we hit 40. So hopefully this was a pop to 40, a pullback hold of the 9, and now we get continuation. Apple entry at 196, actually 195.99. We're up to 204.43. We're actually up higher intraday, close to 206 here. Hopefully we hold the 9 and continue higher. Now, Apple's earnings is July 30th, so we have a little bit of time here. Roku doesn't have earnings until August. We got the huge pop yesterday to 111. Our entry was at 97.80. So we're sitting on a nice win here. We want to see continuation, obviously. Tesla's earnings has been moved up, initially estimated in August, but it's been moved up to next week, the 24th. Entry was at 242. We're sitting at 257 now. I might consider taking profits pretty soon since we're sitting on a decent win and we have earnings coming up. Otherwise, I would keep holding, but it's only because of earnings. Soxel is right at our entry level. We're getting consolidation in here. Hope we get the push up. So this one is one of the few where we haven't moved stops up. We've moved stops up on Tesla, Roku, Lulu, Brazil, Apple, all at entry level now. Soxel is at the same stop level as when we entered. Same with Kohl's, even though we're up to 49 and the entry was at 47.65. So that's a rundown of current positions. Let's look at the market and then some focus of stocks for potential entries today. Here we've got SPY basically in this consolidation zone. After we've made this nice little run here from 291 almost to 300. Now we're pulling back, potentially testing the 9. Earnings season is underway. We've got Netflix. I can't remember if it's reporting today or tomorrow. We've got Microsoft coming up today or tomorrow as well. Q's doing the same thing. IWM continues lagging here and not looking very good. So that's the one thing in the market that I'm a little concerned about is the small caps here. And yesterday, it seemed like software was weakening too after being really extended, although we are getting, looks like, a bounce here. This is the index. A lot of extended software stocks that, we talked about a number of extended stocks I'm watching that if they pull back, they could pull back hard and we could potentially do quick shorts on those, even though we still like them as longs. Focus of stocks, I like Disney, but I want to see a pullback here. When we talked about continued to move higher, hopefully we get a pullback and a hold here. So we're watching Win for a pullback now to this test of the range here, which would test the 9 as well. But I like Win a lot, as I like the resorts and casinos sector, we've got Under Armour here. Needs a little bit of a pullback near highs. China stocks, BABA, looking really nice here at the 9. Huya, and I've got to check the earnings dates on these, but Huya is very strong today, breaking back above the 9. And then IPO, China IPO, TME, testing its 9. Speaking of IPOs, we're watching Beyond still. It's at a decent entry right now above the 9. ZM also at a decent entry above the 9. And then Uber here has been testing its 9. I wouldn't enter that one right now. Lyft is a little stronger here. And then we'll add CRWD. I know a lot of you day traders have been watching this one. Let's see how it tests the 9 here. If it goes below that, I think it could break down. And then related to home builders here, we've got HD consolidating, Lowe's consolidating after big runs. We've got Nail here watching for the break of the range here. This is the home builders IPO, not IPO, ETF. And that's basically it, what we're watching here. Maybe Costco as well and Race, but they're a bit extended and need to pull back. Also Spotify here, and watch for a remount of the 9 EMA there. So potential to add a position today. I'm really liking that a lot of our positions here stops or move up to entry, and we are taking on very little risk right now.